Greetings and welcome, everybody, to the Beers and Bodyslams podcast. Sitting across from me, who's a man who always makes my spirits bright, good old JB.
And sitting to my left, the man that always does the DX chop before sitting on Santa's lap,
Suck
Mr.
it!
Fluffy.
That's because I want something good for Christmas.
That's what she said.
And the man across from me who never eats the yellow snow, Irish.
I don't care what you've been told, but don't you eat that yellow snow.
Leave that yellow snow alone.
We've got an amazing show. Back up to full force.
Yes, the gang's all here.
I'm back from my vacation and my mental health week.
Yes, we all need those.
Anyway, so we got a great show for you. We're going to talk all about Raw, Smackdown. We've got a couple of big headlines we're going to discuss.
That's right.
We get to pick a pay-per-view.
Yes.
Pay-per-view.
Yes.
It's been a couple weeks, right?
Of champions. I forgot. I was like, oh, there's a pay-per-view this week. Oh, yeah, there's a pay-per-view this week.
It's the last one of the year, though. Actually, it's the last one of the year.
Yep, going out with a whimper. We've got a we've got a pretty good show, pretty good beer that we're going to talk about, and we're going to do that, get into all that, and so much more when we come right back.
Awesome!
This is the Beers and Bodyslams podcast
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
with your host, Mr. Fluffy,
Hello, ladies.
good old JB,
Booty-O's! They make sure you ain't booty.
and the Irish O'Leary.
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. A-A-W-S-T!
This is the only podcast bringing you craft beer and pro wrestling that really matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, E-Generation X proudly brings to you its WWF Tag Team Champion of the World, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the new.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
All right, Mr. Fluffy, please educate us on what we are imbibing.
We are drinking from Clown Shoes Brewing out of the grand state of Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yes, who originally purchased by the Harpoon Beer Company. We are drinking the Barista, which is their breakfast brown ale, which is a brewed featuring espresso, oatmeal, and milk sugars. And it is 8.5%.
I've had this.
It's not. You had this
Have
before?
you?
I think I've had this.
Good for you, buddy. Yeah,
this.
come
I've
on.
I've had another beer called Barista, which,
Yeah.
funny enough, is coming. Foreshadowing.
Coming up.
It's coming up now on the next episode, but that's beside the point. But this isn't bad. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm like, woo, but it's not bad. It's a solid beer.
It's pretty good. Coming off of the cruise that I was on, we were in the Dominican Republic, and the very first thing we did when we got off the boat was went straight to a coffee shop and bought like 2.5 pounds of coffee, because, you got to love the Dominican Republic for coffee. And this is actually, it's nice. I mean, it's not.
It's a little light.
I'll tell you this. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take your
No,
thunder.
man.
No.
But Cigar City, they have a coffee beer. I can't remember what they call it, but they have several coffee brews, and every one of them that I've tried almost all of them, they have a harsh aftertaste.
They have a chicory flavor to them.
Yeah,
It's
on the
very harsh.
back end, it's
Yep.
very, very harsh, and I really don't like it. This Barista has everything that I like. It's got the coffee flavor. It's not really heavy. So if you're trying to like dip your little pinky toe in, this wouldn't be a horrible starter beer.
What's funny is I'm playing with home brewing a little bit. So I've been learning about ingredients and stuff like that. I'm gonna start making my own recipes next year.
Right.
And one of the ingredients I never knew a lot about was milk sugars. I'd read them before in labels, and I found out they're a big thing in milk stouts and stuff like this. And they're sugars that are not fermented, so they stay in the beer, and they give it that creaminess. So it literally is a milk sugar. That's what it's for. It gives it a creaminess to it, and you can taste it. This tastes like a sweet milk stout. It's got that like coating feeling to it.
Yeah, what do you think about
It's
it?
pretty good. Like I said, it's light. It's not too heavy.
Nope.
You do get a little bit of the coffee at the end. I enjoyed it. The first time, obviously, I think I forgot to rate it, but I definitely remember having this before somewhere.
Yeah, and it's Clown Shoes is a name you're going to hear a lot more of.
Yeah, probably.
Harpoon bought them, and I know Harpoon's plan is to spread their own beers and Clown Shoes beers across the East Coast and then across the country as quickly as they can. And I know with Harpoon, I like Harpoon's beers, but their beers, I don't want to say generic, but they don't push it too
There's
far.
not a big depth.
Yeah, they don't. They're
Kind of one note.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're very much a Sam Adams. No, they make that's the thing is they make a great
Well,
beer.
I mean, like for instance, if they advertise a coffee, like you're gonna get just coffee.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like there's not gonna be a lot of complexity involved with it.
And they're one of their Harpoon Dark was one of their favorite beers. They don't even sell anywhere outside their brewery anymore. It's just a great dark brown
Which isn't
ale.
a bad thing.
It's the difference between a Kenneth Branagh movie and a Brett Ratner movie.
Yeah.
It's one note versus depth of flavor.
Yeah. And I don't want to say Harpoon makes great drinks. I
love Harpoon.
I have sat at their brewery and they make great beer. But once you've had the 6 of them, you're like, okay.
It's not really
sometimes
a
you can
craft beer.
go overboard too, though, with the flavoring. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want a coffee stout.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
And this is a brown and
I don't need brown sugar and maple and syrup and everything else.
You don't need the. You don't need the.
Sometimes I just want coffee and a beer. You know.
What's the dude's name from Machete? Danny Trejo.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need Danny Trejo behind the bar
exactly.
giving you a note of leather, not shoe leather, more like belt leather.
Exactly.
And this is part of a new trend I've noticed a lot of companies doing is coffee is starting to show up in a lot more styles of beer, where it used to just be stouts and porters. I'm seeing more browns. One of the styles I like more. I've seen a pale.
Yeah.
Cold brew blondes. I've had several, and they're really, really good. So you're getting the lighter beer with this coffee, but I enjoy this. This would be a good, again, if you're a starter and you're trying to get somebody into craft beer, this barista would actually be a really good choice.
Yeah.
It's going to show them what beer can be in flavor.
Yeah.
But it's not going to overwhelm them. This is a really good, again, I was looking for beers you can have a starter person. I think that's a really good starter beer.
It is.
Right. With Clown Shoes, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good time.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got a couple headlines before we get to Raw and SmackDown and picking our pay-per-view. First thing we're going to talk about, because we have to bring it up, is Rick Swann. It happened not necessarily in our backyard, but close enough to us, only a few hours away.
Yep.
Sad situation. I'm not going to go into what he did. What I'm going to say is kudos to WWE for having the zero tolerance policy, and literally within hours of his arrest video or his arrest notification, he was suspended, he was off, and was over with. Like there was no question. They didn't let him go, but they immediately separated from him very quickly.
Very disappointed as a fan of his work.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed as if he was about to get another push for the cruiserweight title.
Oh, definitely.
And obviously that has been derailed. Hopefully, for his sake, it doesn't turn into anything as far as legally.
Right.
They can work that out to where, hopefully he didn't do it or whatever the case may be. But very serious situation. Very disappointed. But like you said, WWE stepped up right away.
Yeah.
Did the right thing and disassociated themselves from that situation. So kudos to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sucks for
it's
him.
sad.
It's
It's just, it was another news story of a celebrity who, character counts, kids.
Exactly.
I beat that drum as hard as I can beat it on my other podcast. So it was sad when I saw it was Rich Swann. I was like, God, couldn't it be somebody like, I don't know, Gulag or somebody that sucks on the roster? I mean, it'd have to be Rich Swann.
Well,
But it's the reality that we live in, and it's a shocking reminder that it doesn't matter how much money you make, how successful you are, one poor decision, can screw you up for life.
Yeah, it's the disturbing parts of it is obviously that it was a public fight. Apparently he got violent, and what the fight may have started over makes it even worse, I think, in a way.
Yeah.
The fact that she was criticizing his match that night and he lost his mind, which I guarantee any of us have done. He probably hey, how was my match tonight?
Well, she's an
honestly.
indie wrestler.
Yeah,
So
she's a
she
wrestler.
has the ability to critique that.
Yeah, but I'm saying is, but it's not like I'm sure she didn't start that. I'm sure it was, hey, how did it go tonight? Well, bum, 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 and it turned into hell.
I go back as I often do to a movie that helps me get through in these tough times, Airplane. And the scene where Joey goes in the cockpit and he's talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which is not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it's the co-pilot, and he's talking about he's dragging his ass up and down the court, and his dad.
You carry
keeps
Worthy
saying,
up and down the.
Yeah, he says, you try to carry Worthy up and down the court for 60 minutes. I think that everybody has a breaking point in criticism. Not everybody takes criticism well, and not to justify it, but everybody has to learn some patience, kids.
Yeah.
Go stand in line at Disney for 4 hours for I shouldn't say stupid, for an attraction that lasts about 6 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That'll teach you some patience,
Yeah,
kids.
exactly.
Oh, go to Universal and stand in a candle holding area to go watch a video on a castle. I mean, it's an amazing show, but you are waiting with the masses arm to arm to watch a 10-minute show to go, that was amazing. Oh, now I got to leave?
That's the smell of tourism.
I'll
ladies
leave
and
that to
gentlemen.
you professionals.
All right. The other big news that came out this week is Facebook and WWE have announced a new in-ring series.
Oh, I thought you were talking that Finn Balor is taking on Curtis Axel.
No, we'll get to that in the notes. That's my headline. That's
Big
my
news in the
that's my-
Axel household.
Exactly.
The Mixed Match Challenge will be a 12 episode on what's called Facebook Watch, which I'm unfamiliar with, but I guess I had to find out about this. It's going to be a 12 episode tournament where it will be a female and male WWE superstar that will team up to take on another team. It's a tournament, and the winning team gets to donate $100,000 to the charity of their choice. It's an interesting in a couple different ways. Number one, we're going to have mixed tag teams. Obviously, the men will wrestle the men, the women will wrestle the wrestle,
Dang it.
But we have some really good, we've got Alexa Bliss, we've got Asuka's, we've got Bayley's, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Goldust, The Miz are some of the ones on Raw. On SmackDown, we've got Bobby Roode, Becky Lynch, Jimmy Uso, Lana, Rusev, Sami Zayn, Nakamura. So we've got a combination between sort of upper mid-card guys and middle mid-card guys. So it's none of the big monster people are in this.
And Goldust.
And Goldust.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Oh, no, it's okay because Sammy's in there too.
That makes
Goldust
sense.
is like
Yeah.
55 though.
And Charlotte's on it too. So, you've got some really good women-wise. You've got the top of the top.
You got the best of the best.
So what's interesting is one of the rumors is, especially on the SmackDown side, that some of the real-life couples like Lana and Rusev will get the team together.
Shocking.
But it's an interesting four-year for the WWE. It's going to be only on Facebook, on this Facebook Watch.
Yeah.
It's interesting because next year their contract with NBC Universal is up, so they're going to renegotiate. So I'm assuming they're going to use this as a pawn to their choice to say, look, you may not want us anymore, but we can go elsewhere, so give us our money we want anyway. Because everybody assumes that the contract they're going to get next is going to be nowhere near as big as the contract they got the last time. But I'm kind of excited about it. I think it could be fun. There's some interesting possibilities of combinations in here. So
Right.
we'll see what happens. What do you guys think?
It's a great concept. I'm curious to see how it goes over. You can tell that they're nearing the end of their TV deal.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find alternate ways to get programming out there. With them announcing the NXT special airing next week. Well, actually, Wednesday.
Yeah, as we recorded
Tonight.
it's
Wednesday.
already on.
It was on
That's
7
right.
o'clock. Yeah.
So they're testing things out in case they don't get the offer that they want. It'll be curious to see how it comes across on the social media app.
I'm excited for it in a way, but in not to be negative. I don't want to be the negative guy. The thing that WWE is getting ready to start bumping into is overwhelm. I mean, we're already talking about it. We've got 5 hours of TV.
Yep.
Not counting Total Divas, Total Bellas.
NXT.
And then you start talking streaming stuff. So then you're talking NXT pay-per-views.
Yep.
So on the week of a pay-per-view, you are literally watching close to 2 work days worth of content.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's overwhelming. So, a 20-minute chunk on Facebook Watch is going to be great. They've learned the new word tournament, and that seems to be over. They got the women's tournament, the British tournament. It's starting to be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
205 Live, is that going to fall on the list? So,
Yeah, but this is supposed going to run live after the SmackDown taping, and that's where 205 Live usually runs.
I know, Podcast Kitty, you tell them. I just think that if NBC Universal does not give them the contract that they want, then I think this is going to be a great opportunity for the E to learn how to be a little bit more nimble.
Yeah.
I was listening to the podcast with Jericho talking to Scott D'Amore and Don Callis from Impact about their plans for after the first year, because they've moved up to,
they're in charge.
They're in charge. They're completely in charge, and they're up in Canada and some of the plans they have for that organization, and they're really trying to be more. They're obviously much more nimble than the E, but they're trying to be a little bit more together than Ring of Honor as far as TV. They've already got a TV contract, but there's so many ways that you can get that content out there, and WWE has that network. If NBC Universal doesn't pull the trigger and give them the big contract that they want, I'm fine with them putting everything on the network.
That's the only fallback they have.
Yeah, and I think their fear about the network is that how do you advertise to get people to join the network who aren't already on the network?
It's WWE.
Yeah, but I think that's their fear, and I agree with you. But I think their concern is let's say they have 5 million people right now. Let's just say, I'm just throwing a number out there, and over a year they lose 500,000.
Right.
Their concern is right now they seem like what they lose is what they gain. They gain a little more. They keep growing.
Right.
I think their concern is without a TV deal, that when that 500,000 leave, there's gonna be no one to replace them.
Yeah, but we've discussed this a lot. The part of the reason that they book the way they do is because of TV. So if you took TV out of the equation, then maybe WWE could book like they should book.
Yeah.
And make a little bit more sense. I think that they would gain more than they would lose.
Plus, then you got to get people, the casual fan, to buy a subscription to watch it. Right now, they haven't really given the free audience anything to buy.
Right.
So it's not compelling enough. If I'm a casual fan, it's not compelling enough for me to want to spend money.
If you don't want to watch the pay-per-views, you're fine with just watching what's free on TV.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's the casual fan.
Yeah.
So the guy that's, it's a commercial Monday Night Football that's just, I want to flip back and forth to see what's going on. Can you draw enough interest from that market? Because the hardcore fans are going to buy it. They're going to watch it. But can you draw in the casual viewers? That's where you're going to make your money.
I agree.
And trying to appeal to that audience. I don't know if they've done enough to justify, just going network only at this point.
Well, we'll see. All right. So, but it's an interesting time. We'll see where this develops. And I'm intrigued about this show starting in January. I want to see where it goes. So
I'm curious. I wouldn't say I was excited. I'm curious to see what it's like.
So on to Raw.
Yay.
So we start the show out with, shocker, we didn't start out with the people that normally start out with. We start out with Joe.
Dun, dun.
Yep.
Joe comes out, says he's not impressed by the Shield, calls out Roman, fight ensues, the Bar and Joe lay out the Shield.
Yeah.
That was predictable, but fun nonetheless.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, it was better than starting out with Roman Reigns like we normally start out with.
Let me tell you right now.
Or Jason Jordan.
Oh my God, Jason.
I'm the big dog. Jason, please. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, you missed my rant
Pep
last
talk?
week about how...
He getting a rant and a pep talk back-to-back weeks?
Hour.
Might get one.
An hour.
You spent an hour talking about Jason Jordan?
No, we talked about how last week the first hour of Raw was all
was in
Jason
every
Jordan.
segment.
He was in every segment for the
They're
first hour.
They're going to treat him like Roman Reigns, man.
So, all right. So then we're going to move on from there because that whole opening segment was weird.
Yeah.
We had Bailey and Mickie James taking on Paige and Mandy. It was Mandy Rose. It was Paige still feels like she's a half a step behind.
It's going to take her a good 3 to 6 months.
And Mandy Rose is not Mike ready.
No.
She is not Mike ready.
She's pretty to look at. She's hell on a mic.
Sonya, the other one, she's
pretty
fine.
good. She had one of the lines of the night, but I forgot what the hell she said.
She was great. Like her and Paige are perfect. Like you got the point, you got the idea, but Man, Mandy, I'm like, what did you do in NXT? Did you not take any of the promo classes? Because holy crap.
Well, and the thing that boggles the mind is Mandy Rose. When was the last time you saw Mandy Rose on NXT?
Yeah. Let alone
now she's on,
now she's on the main show every week.
Yeah. And I sit there and just boggle. The thing about Paige, I remember when Paige was wrestling AJ and she always looked clunky. And then once Sasha and the first round of women came up from NXT, she seemed to gain a little bit more of a foothold. She seemed to fit a little bit better.
Her style was more smoother with theirs.
And now it's like the Paula Abdul song, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's obviously got some ring rust. Now, granted, I watched highlights of last week's show, and Sasha helped her. Sasha made her look good, and she even said in an interview that Sasha helped her because her back's down 150%, not 100%, but
yeah.
You're not going to be able to hold out on that. You need to be the best of the best because you've created a shithole that you're stuck in because you're Paige.
Yep.
Paige has to be better than Paige was when she left.
And she's not.
Right.
She's not at all.
She'll have a grace period. The fans are just happy she's back right now. So, there's still a honeymoon period. Like I said, by WrestleMania, she should have her legs under her. It's hard. Like, you missed a year.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do anything.
And had surgery.
Her neck and back, wasn't it?
I know. And it's
so, like, she's never going to jump right back in to be what she was. Like any athlete, there's a grace period she's going to have to go through. She's going to have to take some bumps and, feel comfortable in doing that. Once she does that for a few months, she'll be by WrestleMania. I think she should be finding her footing.
But you can take a couple months before she's belt ready. That's why I look at she should be belt ready.
She's
right. The thing about the other thing about Paige is, she is so comfortable on the mic. She's too comfortable for an arena. And how I mean that is when she talks like she's having a conversation. So she's very comfortable delivering her lines. The problem is she's in an arena and you can't talk like that. You can't have a conversation like this. You and I, we can't just talk like this.
She doesn't enunciate and she doesn't.
She needs
project.
to slow down a titch and make sure that her words are coming out. And I'm pointing right now to make my point that she's pointing her point across, as opposed to I'm just going to talk and put my point across.
Yeah, I agree with you.
In a podcast, you can hear the little subtleties.
She has a lot of nervous energy still. It seems like.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel comfortable.
No, she doesn't
yet, because a lot's changed since she's been gone.
Yeah.
So it's like she's still trying to find her way back. It's going to take a while.
We know her a lot better than when she left too.
Yeah,
that's part of it. I mean, I wasn't here last week or a couple weeks ago, so I'll say this now because I'm sure you guys talked about it. Say what you will about her and all the crazy crap with Alberto Del Rio and all the crazy stuff with the hack and the leaks and all that good stuff.
Tape.
The balls she's got to have to be able to walk out from backstage and stand in front of those people and the millions of people across the TV universe and be able to do what she's doing. I mean, kudos to her. I mean, the scrutiny. I mean, we saw her in some very compromising positions.
Oh, yeah.
And for her to be able to say, yep, that happened, but I'm going to still do my job. I mean, kudos to her. So in that regard, I hope she's successful.
She does have some onions.
She does.
Onions. Xavier's been living with that same. I mean, Xavier was in that too, and he just sort of,
he wasn't the star of the show, though.
He was not the star.
He was a background singer.
The NXT belt was the star of that show.
All right, so
I digress.
We had our second video in the Woken War.
Brutally bad.
I'm sorry. Bad. Like, you guys love this stuff. I hate
that was horrible. That was bad.
I'm just not even a fan of the gimmick. Like, I love the gimmick, but that was badly done. It's too much.
All right, I'm moving on. All right.
Well, no, I mean we should just at least give it some lip service.
Oh yeah.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
You waited for this.
Matt Hardy doing his Woken thing, fine. Bray Wyatt doing his thing, fine. Back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
And the wipes and stuff like that.
Dumb.
Oh, it was bad.
Dumb.
Doing it all on video, that's the problem. Let him.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god. All right, so on from there.
I can't deal.
You know they're standing next to each other.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Bray Wyatt, we'll fight the war. Yes, we're going to fight the war, Matt.
I can't.
Yeah.
Just the dumbest thing
That's
ever.
what gets me is
Who-
I laugh. That's like,
If that was a done decision, they need to pluck his front teeth out of his face.
Well, yeah.
That was horrible. Kevin,
All right,
if you're
pretty
listening,
sure it was his
that,
decision.
that segment sucked.
So okay, so
Yeah.
I'm going to mention this match only to mention one point. So we had Finn Balor versus Curtis Axel.
The greatest
And
day in
my
his
hell,
life.
mighty have fallen.
The only reason I mentioned this match is because I did like when Axel and Bo come out making fun of Finn's entrance and like pointing in the sky and jumping around and laughing and doing the whole arms out thing. That was kind of funny. Finn won. Move on.
If you listen really close, folks at home, listen. Pull your phone or your MP3 player up to your ear and put it up to your ear and just listen.
Put your new
listen. Just listen. Shh. You hear that? That's a clock ticking on Finn Balor's career with
Yeah, that's
WWE.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Predicted.
So
by
we
yours
had
truly.
okay. So we're gonna lump this sort of all together.
Okay.
Do we really need all 3 Shield members in single matches this week?
Filler.
Because Seth versus Sheamus wasn't that good. Cesaro and Roman was a good match. It was the best match of the night. It was physical.
Yes.
Cesaro definitely pushed Roman. And then Dean and Joe was just stupid. Like it was all just dumb.
They're in Christmas mode already. They're
my
already
God.
in Christmas mode, man. That is
Who the hell's
that was-
Elias?
Yeah, I
Who
know.
wants to walk with Elias?
I don't need to see the same
Yeah.
remixed matches.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? Like we've seen Sheamus and Dean, Sheamus and Seth, Cesaro, and both of them in singles matches so many times.
You know, Sheamus is hurt.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got the same neck problem that put Edge on the shelf.
Oh, really?
And when he was back home in Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
he was getting some procedures done. He's basically it's something that I had to do too. You put
Like
your
bone
head.
spurs or something?
No, his neck is screwed up. So
So he may not be long for the ring.
Well, probably not. But what you do is you lay on a floor and they put your head in a traction device and they pull it up and then they pull it up and they pull it out. So it pulls
Stretches
the
it?
bones. Yeah,
Ooh.
it pulls the
Oh,
not hard, but it
I'm hard.
Como?
It alleviates. God, that's a nasty thought in my head. It pulls the bones away from the what's the stuff in between the bones. My brain just went. But it gets space in the neck a little bit, so it's
Yeah.
like compressed.
Yeah.
It's decompressed and it alleviates the pressure.
God.
So he's got spinal stenosis.
Oof.
And I think that's what they said it was.
Yeah.
So he takes one good shot and he's Edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see.
You know, so we'll see what happens with that.
All right. So we also had another video with Nia and Enzo flirting.
Yeah.
Creepy.
How you doing?
Very creepy. What's it with the braids? It's
I don't
weird.
know. First of all, I've always said that Nia is very attractive.
Mhm.
I've had not. My wife even knows I think Nia is attractive. I didn't know she had dimples.
I
And
didn't
thought,
either.
She's,
Now that I think about
she's
it.
adorable.
Yeah.
And then they bring in and it's Enzo, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, of all people.
That is so wrong. I'm thinking that this is probably a storyline working its way to this the Facebook Watch thing that we talked about earlier in the evening because it's creepy, you know.
Yeah,
and now
so
Enzo's like all about it. I'm like, Enzo would have nothing to do with Nia in real
oh
life.
no, hell
No, 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 no.
She's not his type.
no.
She's too clean.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure likewise, but you know,
So then we
She bathes regularly.
Then we had
She smells good.
she doesn't work on a pole.
oh,
Wow.
we were supposed to have Asuka versus Alicia Fox.
Folks.
Instead, we got Absolution coming out. Although what was my favorite line of the week came from Paige when they either move out of the way or will move you out of the way, saying that the Asuka takes balls because
Hey, we already said that she's got onions.
yeah, that took balls. But then we got was for some reason on Raw it was fun, but then on SmackDown it felt like an echo. We had the entire roster taking out Absolution.
If it's good enough for Raw, it'll be better on SmackDown.
Exactly.
Again.
Oh yeah, the whole thing with Asuka, man, I couldn't believe that they let them go after her like that. But I guess you can only protect her so long. But I'm glad that they didn't do the Alicia Fox thing because that would have been a horrible mismatch. Alicia Fox going up against Asuka.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh my god,
again.
Jeez, wrap her up like a bow, man.
Well, they used Asuka to make Absolution look stronger.
Yep.
So
they did.
You have to. If you're a strong group, you go after the biggest and baddest there is. So they went after her, and it made them look stronger.
Yeah. Next up, have they gone against Nia yet?
They're keeping.
Nia was in the ring though. Nia
came in
out
and helped clear the ring.
She cleared her and
I remember that.
Yeah.
Her Alexa came out together and cleared the ring.
She did something and then stood up, didn't know what to do next.
Yeah,
and was like, I'm going to go over here now.
All right, so then we did have major news on Raw. There was a massive, and I cannot believe this has gotten not more press. This is a major acquisition.
He's setting us up for something.
Oh no, it was a major acquisition. Did you not catch it?
No.
Dana Brooks has officially joined Titus Worldwide. Why this is not seen on CNN and everywhere. Oh, that's right, because no one gives a shit about Titus. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why.
I had a thought when I watched that segment that I'm not sure I should air because it.
Oh well, please do. Because
it's funny
it
that
may be taken the wrong way.
What?
Who's the guy? Who's the other guy?
Apollo.
Thank you, Apollo Crews.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't say it.
Now you have to say it.
He was acting like the actors used to be back in the 30s when they were in blackface. Yeah, come on now. And I was like, what in the hell was that?
I don't even remember him talking.
Yeah, he did whole weird thing. I'm like, it's like we're back in the 30s.
Yeah, it was bad.
Well,
it was the dumbest. No, dude,
he has to smile and he has to be happy.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's why I had that thought. So
the problem.
This is bad.
The problem with that is we talked about Dana Brooke and Titus Worldwide, but the real travesty of that segment was that the club had to be in that.
Yep.
That's what we overlooked there.
No, I didn't overlook it.
The only line that they gave was the nerds line.
Yeah.
And this is what they've come to. You're in a backstage doorway segment with Titus Worldwide as Braun Strowman comes to the ring.
Yep.
So this is where they've come to.
We got 5 superstars that we need on the show. So what are we going to do? We're going to give them 2 minutes and let Braun walk through them because everybody's afraid of Braun. The
club is just they scatter like they were like
the whole thing
3MB or something.
Titus and Dana that needed some space. I have no idea what they were doing with Apollo. And that jarred me. I was so pissed. It's like he's a great athlete. He was amazing in NXT.
They brought him up too soon,
and they got him doing his jibba jabba, gonna go ride the trails with the Titus Worldwide. And I just like shoot me in the freaking head. And then we have the nerds line, and I like the nerds line when it's used once a month.
Well, that's all.
And they're not selling hawking merchandise; they're using the nerds line.
Yeah. And I just remember watching New Japan matches and watching those 2 dudes come out and beat the living hell out of their opponents. I mean,
they'll be back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our main event of Raw was Kane versus Braun Strowman. For the winner gets a shot at the Universal title at the Royal Rumble. Now, okay, so before we get to the match itself, which was crap, and the double count out was crap, and the rumor that there's going to be a 3-way match at the Rumble, I want to give you a few stats real fast. Lesnar's last defense was No Mercy on September 24th.
Here we go.
By the time we get to the Rumble, that will be 126 days since he's defended the title.
Oh, you're still thinking that that's a monthly deal?
Oh, no, I'm not even talking about monthly. I'm fine with monthly is fine. A third of the year? That's like 126 days between title defenses.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like, dude, if Hulk Hogan would have had that back in the day,
he'd still be champion. What the hell are you
Still be
talking
champ.
about? I have no problem with them not once I'm fine with the whole not once a month thing. If you wanted to get rid of the 30-day rule, that's fine.
Braun Strowman, he has to be in the Rumble, or this is a total wasted opportunity.
agree.
They've built him up for an entire year. For him to be in a throwaway 3-way match with Brock Lesnar for the title with Kane, of all people, and not be in the Royal Rumble itself would be a complete travesty and just a waste of what they've spent a year trying to build up to. He could literally go in the Royal Rumble, get rid of 15 people, and cement himself as the monster.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that would cement it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
of course, they'll drop the ball because that's what they've been doing lately. But if that's the only match he has in the Royal Rumble, it'd be a travesty.
Yeah, he should be in the Rumble. And it's horrible. And the match itself was crap. But I'm more upset with 126 days. Like, I understand Lesnar is only a part-timer, but that's way too infrequent for a title defense. That's insane.
When I started bailing out on it mentally was the Kane sits up, Braun sits up.
And then Kane scurries away.
Yeah, scurries away. I was like, what in the hell are you doing? You're the demon. Get over there and beat his ass.
That was a passing of the monster torch.
I know. Just felt better when, Shawn Michaels got past the torch and then Shawn Michaels passed the torch. It just felt better.
Yeah.
This feels cheap.
Before we move on to SmackDown Live, I want once again thank Clown Shoes for the Barista. Mine's gone.
Yes.
I'm almost done.
It's good.
Mine gone.
Thank you so
He
much.
gone.
We're going to move on to SmackDown Live.
Moving right along.
And the continuing trend of the go-home show being horrendously bad.
Oh, geez. Can you not write a show? Did Jimmy Jacobs contribute that much?
Oh, God. So we start off with the Occupy SmackDown and the Yep movement.
They could not afford Yep t-shirt, so they just put tape on a Daniel Bryan shirt.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're not going to try and mass produce these things, so they just wanted to throw something out there and, make it just their little thing.
It worked, and they got it over.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing.
Yep.
Well, it's not much Kevin Owens couldn't get over what he's doing right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great. The downside is how crazy Sami Zayn's acting.
Oh, I know. He's insane.
Again, put him back in the El Generico mask and let him just be a badass. Can we please do that?
Nope.
Could we please give him the spot that who's Botchamania?
Sin Cara?
Sin Cara. Can we just give him the Sin Cara spot?
All right.
I mean, this is really, it's horrible.
So then
it's not good.
So then we had another weird segment where AJ Styles comes out and the Singh brothers come out
with their own music,
saying how they're no longer with Jinder.
Wait for it.
But okay, the only thing that came out that made me laugh was his feet smell like cheese, garlic, and butter chicken.
I was like,
what the hell?
Indians all across the world
Butter
smacking their
chicken.
forehead.
Yes, cheese, garlic, and butter chicken. I'm like, so clearly cheese and garlic, and they went, what's an Indian food?
Butter chicken.
Tandoori chicken. No, it doesn't have a sauce. It doesn't smell. Butter chicken.
gosh.
Butter chicken.
Yeah, that was pretty
Holy
awkward.
crap.
It was weird.
Predictable, but
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
It was weird because it's like, we're not with them and all that good stuff. Oh, really? Well, this is this
Hug it
past
out.
weekend. And they showed a picture.
Yeah.
And then they still cared that, but we're not with him and blah, 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 blah. Well, let's shake hands. And then out comes Jinder Mahal. And then everything went right back to reset.
Yep.
So why did he attack his guys? There's no consequences for that.
No.
That's just stupid.
Unless they're setting some up for the pay-per-view.
I'm telling you something, man. AJ Styles has got to be thinking, oh man, I am in TNA again.
Yeah. So then we had what was not a bad match. It wasn't a great match. We had Ruby Riott versus Charlotte. It wasn't a horrible match. I thought Ruby had some moments. Charlotte was gonna. I mean, Charlotte
Was that their
doesn't-
first match?
Yeah.
So it wasn't for their first match.
It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
It was impressive. Naomi comes back, makes the save, and we have this weird, awkward. I don't know why. I had deja vu during the end of this match. I don't know why.
because the entire women's locker room came out. That's why they did the same thing the night before.
That's why I had deja vu.
It's crazy.
I don't know why. It was like I had this watch. I'm watching this happen, going, have I seen this episode? Is this a repeat? Oh no, they don't do repeats.
I thought Alexa Bliss was going to come out and start cracking heads. And I was like, oh wait, no, that's the other show.
Please come up. I understand.
Let's be original first.
I understand you brought up 2 sets of 3 women on 2 different shows, and they're all basically mirror images of each other.
Yeah.
Let's not do the same storylines.
So let's just think about that conversation for a second. We need to bolster the women's group. What are we going to do? I need ideas. We could bring up these 3. Great idea. What's some more ideas? Well, we got Paige. Let's put her 2 people. Great. So we'll have 3 girls on each show. Great. Good idea.
But it's even that.
Let's make them all heel.
No.
Another invasion.
It's
angle.
even not even that.
Yeah.
Let's look at it. All right, what can we do?
It's money.
All right, we're going to make one of them with dark hair and alternatively attractive. We're going to make one blonde cheerleader and one kick-ass brunette. That's the makeup of both friggin' groups.
Yeah, they're very mirror images of each other.
It's like,
and this is the point in time where I sit and go, if I was in the NXT women's locker room, if I were, the 2, twinsy chickies,
Billy Kay,
and
Royce.
Yeah, I would be hyper pissed. I would be like, yeah, we're coming out when?
Yeah.
When are we coming out? We need to get that in writing because this is crap.
See, I would be thankful that I'm not part of that. If I were them too, they need to have their like I said before, they need to debut with
their own thing.
Angelina
Love,
who's a free agent.
Yeah, beautiful people.
And then bring that back with them.
Yeah,
the beautiful people.
That would be a good stable for them two to get.
Why
into.
not? They're stealing everything else TNA did,
So
Yeah.
All right. The other thing we had,
including sucking.
Daniel Bryan confronted KO and Sammy after their failed Occupy SmackDown segment because no one came down. Daniel being injected as the second guest referee. So either this match is going to be really, really bad, and we're going to the pay-per-view in a second, or this is his heel turn moment. He turns on Shane in the match and saves Sammy and KO.
Do we need a heel turn from Daniel Bryan?
I see the opposite happening. I think it's a big swerve coming.
You think he's going to cause them to lose?
I think Shane's going to be the one.
Shane's going to go heel?
He's going to get tired of Daniel going against him.
That could be happening too.
I can see I can see him being the wild card and turning.
But then
And it'd be like a setup or something all along.
And then he can start colluding with his sister.
Oh God.
I can see that.
Oh.
So
if you hear a gunshot during the pay-per-view, it's me splattering my brains against the
I
wall.
got a feeling they're going to swerve. They're just putting that out there just to swerve everybody.
yeah.
Hey guys, if you're listening out there, let me give you some advice. Guys, come here. Here's what to do. I know you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. I get it. Just sit back and relax and know that Wrestle Kingdom is coming.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of weeks away, kids. Alpha versus Omega.
That's
it's
right.
all going to be okay.
All right. So the last 2 things I want to talk about SmackDown real fast before we get to the pay-per-view was Aiden English and Rusev picking up a huge win over the Usos.
Are the Usos face now?
Yeah, sort of.
Are they tweeny?
Yeah, they're tweeny.
Yuck.
And then the fact that they completely threw away what should be a main event match in Shinsuke versus KO in a crap match.
Oh, yeah. All
right. So, all right. I'm done with SmackDown. We get to do our favorite activity.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. We get to sit in our underwear and drink beer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. No, we get to pick a pay-per-view. Winter has
It's the
come.
most wonderful time.
And good old JB has taken over as always, because once the weather turns cold and the frost begins, he grips us and goes, "Nope, bitches, it's mine."
I'm taking the ball and running with it through
We had the
WrestleMania.
summer of Fluffy, the fall of Irish, and the FU of winter by JB.
Grabs you right in the sack like Joey Ryan on a good day.
That's right. So do we want to include the pre-show match because we already know what it is, or do we not?
What's the pre-show match?
I don't even know. what
Mojo
that
versus Zach? I'm assuming not.
is. Why not?
Why not?
So we're going to include it in the stat,
We'll give
official
them,
stat.
we'll give
To the
them,
Yizzy.
We'll give them some love.
All right. So the pre-show match, Zack Ryder
Much
has
anticipated.
challenged his former best friend
He ain't hype.
Mojo Rawley.
He ain't hype.
to a match. All right, JB, go for it.
Well, I'm going Mojo here.
Yeah, that's
Would
not
be
though.
the wasted heel turn of the century if he lost his first match.
Yeah, no,
to
it's
Zack Ryder.
totally Mojo. They're building Mojo up for something.
He knows Gronk, so he's got to stay relevant.
Mojo's going to go over because Zack Ryder is the new and improved Dolph Ziggler.
There we go.
Woo, woo, woo.
All right, so our other non-title match or non-stipulation match of the evening is the Bludgeon Brothers have been challenged by Breezango.
Oh, dear Christ.
Breezango is insane and going
Is
to
this a
take him
pre-show
on.
match too?
Nope, this is the
On the card?
This is on the card.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this will either be the opening match, which
No, it won't be the
or this will
opening.
be the palate cleanser.
Yeah, it won't be.
I think this will be the right before the KO Sami Zayn Orton
Yeah,
Shinsuke
it'll be one
match.
of
I
them.
think this is the palate cleanser. So
tasty.
go ahead.
I will say I'm excited. Breezango is actually wrestling.
Yes.
Unfortunately for them, they're not going to win. But just the fact that they're even on the pay-per-view getting some airtime other than being a comedy skit is
Yep.
good.
Mo money.
They're going to get obliterated by.
They're going to get bludgeoned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it'll
they're gonna
take
get bludgeoned.
5 minutes tops.
You know that scene in Pulp Fiction where it's got Bruce Willis and Marcellus Wallace and the redneck got him in the basement and they got the ball gag and
Yep.
one dude.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to Breezango with the Bludgeon Brothers. The part of Marcellus Wallace will be played by Tyler Breeze, and the part of Bruce Willis will be played by Fandango.
Nice.
And it's going to be unpretty.
All right.
For those of you that cannot watch this live, you missed out on a really disturbing reenactment of that scene, ladies and gentlemen.
Are
Moving
you
on.
all right? When we fall from all right.
Oh my God. I'm not even okay. I'm moving on. We are next up. We have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship as the Usos are defending their title against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, The New Day, and Rusev and English in a interesting variation on the Four Corners match. So it's 4 teams, but there are going to be 4 competitors in the ring at any time, and you can only tag your partner. It's not like a normal 4-way tag where you can tag anybody you want. 4 guys in the ring, and you can only tag your partner. So it's going to be there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in this match.
I'm really looking forward to Tom Phillips describing the rules of this match and then them just not giving a flying frack about it during the match.
Yeah. So, all right, Mr. JB.
This is actually a match you can make a case for any team in this crazy match.
Except for one.
Except for Rusev and English.
I actually think that the way they're doing better than people expected them to.
I do. I think it's too early, but I agree with you.
But like I said, you can make a case for any team to win this match.
And if you're going to have a screwy win, this is going to be a screwy win. But
I have no idea who's going to win this damn thing. I'm going to go with the New Day. Dang it. Just to say, they got to get to 10 pretty quickly here. So
10's their magic number?
Well, they're going to break the record for the Dudley Boys, so they'll get to 10.
Just 10?
For WWE, yeah.
So I'm saying New Day to get back on track here.
All right. I'm going to say the Usos retain, just because I agree with Aiden English and Rusev are a great team. That's surprising. New Day are there, and Gable and Benjamin I'm not totally sold on. And that's why I think the Usos will retain.
I don't think Gable and Benjamin are sold on Gable and Benjamin. To be honest with you, I mean, really, they've got no momentum. They've got. I'm not seeing a lot of chemistry.
No,
I'm really not. And
It's forced.
Yeah,
Shelton's
Chad needs
at this point in his career, he's a better singles wrestler.
And and Chad's not doing what makes Chad good.
He's talking too much.
Well, no, but he's good at talking when he's punny talking. The Willing and Gable thing, and when he his punny, he's actually really good at it. But when he's trying to be threatening, it doesn't come across.
Yeah, they really, honestly, what they should have done is had Shelton Benjamin come out on Raw and partner with Jason Jordan.
Yeah,
that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
And then now they've got Kurt Angle.
Well, Jason's he has a bigger frame, so obviously Vince caters to those type of.
Absolutely. I don't see Jordan, or excuse me, Benjamin, Shelton, and Gable winning. I don't think they're going to give it to the New Day yet.
Okay.
They're going to draw it out a little bit longer because if they're just trying to get to 10 for the sake of getting to 10, I think they can give them a couple years. I mean, we know it's going to happen. I really, honestly, I'm just going to go crazy just because I want to be different. This is probably going to cost me the thing. I'm going to say that Rusev.
I wouldn't rule that out, man.
I wouldn't either.
Rusev in English.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't discount that.
Yeah.
Because that'll give the New Day some new guys that they can chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it'd be a fun chase too between the singing and everything else.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun little.
yeah. And now that the Usos are kind of face-ish,
Yeah.
they're they've never done face well. So then what they can do is they've got Shelton and Gable can go against the Usos, and then now you've got the New Day.
I'd actually like to see them turn heel, Gable and Benjamin.
They need
I think
to. I don't see why they wouldn't.
They'd be better heels.
And again, I think we talked about it last week when you weren't here. I think we talked about it before. My biggest problem with this team is if you're going to do it, build up nostalgia, make them like America's Greatest Team or something like that. Combine World's Greatest Tag Team, American Alphas in some way that
America's Greatest Tag Team.
Yeah, America's Greatest Tag Team. So you kind of combine the ideas of those together, and you're basically you took two of the greatest tag teams that were around, and you have one member from each. I just think that's a mistake they're making.
Yeah.
But hey, all right. So
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah,
What do we know?
So on to the U.S. Championship, where Baron Corbin will defend his United States Championship versus Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Go for it, JB.
I see Bobby winning the title, but not here.
Ooh.
I'm going to say Baron retains. Bobby would win it in a one-on-one match down the road, maybe at Rumble or some other pay-per-view in February. But Baron retains this time.
Okay. I'm going to go on a limb on this one. I think this is Ziggler's. I think this is his sort of last. I think they're going to give him a run. I think they know he's leaving and give him the belt. Let him run with it till either WrestleMania or the Rumble or something like that. You have Roode beat him and you don't lose anything and you still keep the Bobby Roode versus Baron Corbin feud to rematch afterwards. But I think this could be Ziggler's sort of last run with a belt, and I think this could be the moment they give it to him, and he gets to run with it for a little bit.
For all the reasons you said, I disagree.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to give the belt to Ziggler ever, and especially if they know he's leaving.
For that very reason.
If they know that he's leaving,
they're not gonna, he gets buried on the way out.
Yeah, so I think it makes more sense for Bobby Roode to be chasing a Baron Corbin, and that'll elevate Corbin a little bit because he needs to be with somebody who can talk, and Bobby Roode knows how to speak the King's English.
So are you picking Baron?
I think Baron's going to retain.
All right,
yeah,
cool.
Champion's advantage.
All right. So, not in this match. There is no champion's advantage in this match. It's a three-way.
They don't.
There's no count out. No count out. No. Three-way has no champion's advantage.
What happens when you take a week off?
Because Ziggler could pin Roode and Ziggler wins the belt. There is no champion's advantage.
Fair enough. Pardon me for misspeaking, all of you wrestling fans out there who are listening.
It's not like we do a wrestling podcast or anything. So next up, we have the women's championship. We have Charlotte Flair defending against Natalya with the entire rest of the SmackDown women's roster, all four of them, 7, wherever they are. I don't even know.
We have 3 more now. So
yeah, it's like 7 of them outside the ring as Lumberjills.
Hey, dude, announce it the right way. You've got the daughter of Ric Flair versus the crazy cat lady.
What is it with her current arm pattern? Like Road Warrior? Like, does she like trying to be one of the Road Warriors?
It's her homage to the Sydney Opera House.
I tell you what.
All right. So what do you think?
She posts some of the best Instagram pictures.
Yeah,
Natalia. Oh my goodness.
Of
herself.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She clean. I mean, like when she takes.
She's gorgeous.
She's a great picture.
So you giving her the belt then?
Nope.
Okay then.
However, don't be surprised if you see a cash in after this.
What?
This would be the most oddest time to have a cash in.
Oh, so that means it's the perfect time for WWE to pull that trigger.
Exactly. I would not be surprised with all the Lumberjills around the ring. I would not be surprised if Carmella were to cash in right now and go into the new year as a champion.
Yeah. Now, see, this is where I get weird.
I still say Charlotte wins.
I think Charlotte wins. The only reason I could see Natty win would be some kind of disqualification or something like that, something weird, and that's what I don't see either. I think Charlotte's going to win, and I could see that. I could see a beatdown at some point, and then Carmella taking advantage
Like
and running
the
out.
Riot Squad come beat Charlotte down, and maybe she
and she
picking
runs
the
out.
bones, something like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Charlotte's going to win. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a Money in the Bank twist. But
With the twist?
What a twist! But what I foresee happening is Carmella's going to run into the ring to cash in, and Liv Tyler's going to run into the ring, and there's going to be that weird 10-minute mime thing where they're like, "Oh my God, it's a mirror image." The
universe is going to explode.
She puts her left hand up, Liv puts her right hand up, and it's like, "Oh my God, we're mirror images of each other."
It's gonna be
Twinsies.
It's gonna be one of those moments when you're like at a Starbucks and you realize there's a Starbucks across the street. When you're gonna go,
It's Inception wrestling.
I'm like, wait a minute. Am I at the Starbucks or is that the Starbucks? Oh my God, there's two blondes in the ring.
No. It's when you do a mobile order and you're like, "Am I on the right Starbucks?"
Oh God. So
Son of a bitch.
all right, so on to the WWE Championship match where AJ Styles will defend his very cool looking belt this week. I didn't mention that during the show. It was all black
it's
this week.
Yeah.
It was cool with the black. It had a black stripe and it was always different.
Is
I
it a
liked
new belt?
Yeah.
Did AJ put some Krylon on it? He's from Atlanta.
Yeah, no, it was all black. Like even the crystal
It looked
on the
nice.
swoop was black. It was nice.
Very
It was
chic
very,
looking.
yeah, it was very cool.
What are they doing now? They like changing belts like every week now?
Yeah, basically.
So they're like letting the person customize it to their character.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Defending against his rematch clause of Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal Zaraga.
So go ahead, JB. I think I know where this one's going, but I'm just going to go ahead and let you pick it.
well, I mean, of course we don't think logically with booking decisions, but I mean I don't see the reason AJ loses here going into WrestleMania season. But
Nope.
stranger things have happened. But I'm picking AJ.
Well, like Jinder winning the belt the first time?
Well, I mean, even him getting it now going into WrestleMania season would be
Yeah.
Well, speaking of,
AJ's winning.
very
they go
weird.
they go to India and
He gets demolished.
Jinder wrestles Triple H.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy cats. That's just crazy. I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, what a waste.
Yeah.
Did you
Well,
make
of
your
course,
call already?
he had to steal the spotlight.
Oh, AJ.
Yeah, of course.
AJ goes
Triple
over.
H had to steal the
Oh,
spotlight.
yeah, because it's all about Triple H. I've seen that video on YouTube.
Yeah.
AJ goes over.
Oh,
Not
God,
even a
yeah.
question.
AJ goes over, but not after taking a vicious double foot stomp that smells like onions, cheese, and butter chicken. So for the rest of the night, AJ has to take like one of those tomato baths like you have to do when you get hit by a skunk to get the smell off.
I got gingered. The
The drive-by Jinder Mahaling.
problem is I like butter chicken, and
Me
next
too.
time I order it, all I'm going to think is Jinder Mahal.
He's gonna come home and his wife's gonna be like, "Damn it, AJ, did you wrestle Jinder Mahal again?"
I'm gonna go out sometime with Mrs. Fluffy, and I'm gonna be like something like, "I'll have butter." Oh no, I can't order that. Why not? You like it? No.
I'd like a Jinder Mahal, please. What's a Jinder Mahal, honey?
Butter
it's
chicken.
butter
Butter
chicken with
chicken.
onions
garlic and
and cheese.
Garlic and cheese. It's garlic and cheese butter chicken. So on to what I'm assuming is the main event of the evening.
We're not done.
No, we got one more minute. We have Clash of Champions. Well, I'm
That's what she
assuming
said.
Clash of Champions. I'm assuming will end with no championship match, which is going to be is par for the course.
Not done.
We have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn taking on Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura. So, okay, these stipulations have to be read out in its entirety because it's just strange.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Inform the good people.
this is your reading by Mr. Fluffy.
Oh my God. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are both guest referees in the ring. And if KO and Sammy lose, they are fired not from SmackDown, from all of WWE.
God, if only they would both get fired
Holy crap.
and then show up the next night on frickin' ROH or Wrestle Kingdom. Oh my God, that'd be glorious.
All right.
No pun intended.
I've read the stipulations. We know the special referees. Make your pick.
I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to obviously pick KO and Sammy. I am going to also predict that Shane will be the one to turn in this match.
Do you think he's going to side with KO
He's
and
going to
Sammy?
side with them, And I think it's going to set up some type of conflict match between him and Daniel at WrestleMania, where Daniel won't actually wrestle. He may pick a surrogate to wrestle for him. But I see those two feuding going into WrestleMania. So I say Shane is the one that turns and swerves everybody.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pick Sammy and KO also because there's no way they're getting fired unless they're both going on vacation.
Or filming a movie.
But I go the opposite way. I think it's Daniel who finally gets fed up, and he's had a little bit of edge lately, and I think he sides with KO and Sammy and basically stands up and goes, I'm here for the wrestlers. I'm not here for the McMahons.
Dun, dun, dun.
And goes that direction.
Sweet.
And what do you say, Irish?
KO and Sammy go over. There's no reason for them to be fired from WWE.
And any swerves, any twists?
If what JB said doesn't happen, which I think that's probably what's going to happen, then it becomes a 3-on-3 match.
Okay.
At Mania?
No.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, they Daniel sides with the other guys and does light work.
Oh.
And Shane goes with the other two guys and does light work, and it's a 3-on-3. That's just weird, crazy, which, totally could happen. But honestly, I think what's going to happen is Shane's going to turn on Daniel because they basically gave it away. Daniel's a heel. He sided with the heel. So that means that Shane's going to turn heel.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's too obvious.
Yeah.
They're pairing him with KO and Sammy.
That doesn't stop the obvious.
No,
they love obvious.
clearly.
Wait, there is one thought.
What?
They get fired from SmackDown, and the next night they walk out on Raw. They've been rehired by.
But you can't lose them on that brand without replacing them.
I totally understand that.
It's fine if you take them off, but somebody else got to come back, or that show is going to hell.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's
The only
obviously
thing-
I always theorized that they would go to Raw, or
Right.
Kevin would go to Raw at some point. But if they're going to do that, there has to be like
The
a trade or
only
something.
way I would see them getting fired is if you took them off TV until the Rumble, and especially KO, suddenly like 25, KO's music plays, and everybody's like, wait a minute, he was fired. And he comes out, and then afterwards you find out
He's got a contract in his hand.
He's got a contract. Or, it's that kind of thing where he goes, he could even win the Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, and say, but like, I won this thing, and this is my contract saying I'm back.
Right.
And da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? But we'll see.
The only other option is if they did lose and they get fired, they've got John Cena to fall back on.
No,
They can always pull John Cena back into the Rumble because they have to start
He's
working.
a part-timer.
Yeah, but if they put him on the road, every other week even, that show could still survive and they could do vignettes every week.
That's the one good thing about this pay-per-view is that match has a lot of different intriguing possibilities.
Yeah,
Yep.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Buy the T-shirt. Dick.
All right. So actually, it's funny is we're pretty much in line except for two matches. It's only two matches that separate us. My pick of Ziggler, and in the tag team, we all have different people.
And my pick of Aiden and
So
and
yeah,
your
so
pick
no,
of-
as I'm saying, in the tag team, we all have
Tag
different
team, I'll
people.
pick
And we'll probably all lose.
So
I'm
that
the
means-
Usos, so tag team champion is going to determine everything.
So Gable and
Yeah, that'd be funny.
yeah, that'd be funny.
That'd be funny. All right. So when you're, actually no, before I say that, sorry,
Wait a
I would
minute.
like to thank Clown Shoes for the Barista.
Excellent.
Batista. Oh, sorry.
And it's a cool label. I will say, Clown Shoe does have a cool label. They're very cartoony. Their label is actually really
Speaking
cool.
of last-minute headline,
Uh-oh,
he's supposed to
what?
be coming back next year.
Oh yeah, I heard that
To
too.
wrestle?
Yeah,
Why would he do
He
that?
wants to send off against Triple H.
yeah.
Why
he
would
wants
he
one
do
last
that?
run
He wants one last run.
because
against
you know
Triple H.
why? Because he saw The Rock do it.
Yeah.
Because The Rock was a massive
He's
star
mirroring his career off The
came,
Rock,
and then
in case
came
you haven't
back
noticed.
and had a huge run. And The Rock's admitted that even The Rock said that may not have been the last run because there's rumors that he may come back for one or two.
If
He-
I
Tri-
had a career trajectory like Dave Bautista has right now, why in the life of me would I put my body at
He
risk?
just wants to put closure on that
Yeah.
chapter of his life.
Be done. Be done and
Blutista.
walk away.
The way his last
Batista.
run ended, he hated that. So I think he got a bad taste in his mouth. He just wants to go out fighting Triple H and
But thank you
We'll
so
see.
much for Clown Shoes.
I don't want to see that. Do you want to see that?
No.
Do you want to see that?
not really. I mean, I like Batista. Don't get me wrong.
I do too.
But
I like him in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, I
Yeah,
like
but he's
him.
green there. It's different.
He's all right.
Gray.
In the comic book, he's green. So I'm thinking green.
Yeah, but we're talking about the movies. Go ahead.
When you're ready to put your beer down.
Beer, you're so dumb you don't even know what color Dave Batista is in the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. Gray.
What if you've never seen it?
Make sure you head over to vintagepressing.com, vintagepressing.com, where you can drink coasters, luggage tags, phone cases, and more.
Make sure you find us over on Facebook, facebook.com/Beers and Body Slams podcast. You can check out all of our posts. You can also find us now on the YouTube. Go type in your search bar, Beers and Body Slams podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us and click the little bell icon, ding, so that you can get notifications when we put a live show up. And make sure you come visit us at beersandbodyslams.com.
Every time you make that noise, Enzo Amore gets really close to Nia Jax.
Ding.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she would break his ass. I mean, she would break him.
You
you
can
doing?
also follow us on the Untapped app. See what wonderful beers we're drinking. You can follow me as I triple jump towards 150 at good OLJB.
You can follow me at Mr. Fluffy as I roar towards 900.
Good Lord.
How you doing?
He going.
How you doing?
And you can find me at the Irish O'Leary.
And I thought Big Cass tasted weird. So,
Oh,
tonsils.
boy.
Bada boom, bada bing.
We out.
That's
Bada
right.
bing, bada boom. Realest guy in.
in my pants. So make sure you tune in Monday. We're going to have some more fun with the end of the year. We're going to have our bold predictions for 2018.
Are these bold predictions that are surely to go wrong? Or just
no,
bold
these are
predictions?
bold predictions.
Okay, there's a difference there.
There's a difference.
Okay,
Bold prediction. These are things I actually think might actually happen. Bold predictions that are going to go wrong are things like Nia Jax and Enzo having an on-screen romance. Or Jinder Mahal ever winning the championship. Oh, crap. All those are happening now? Or did?
Please, Jinder, bring a big old thing of butter chicken to the ring this weekend.
God.
Next.
So make sure you tune in that. And then obviously tune in next Thursday when we talk about the fallout from Clash of Champions and we talk Raw and SmackDown and head into the end of the year.
Yeah, exciting times.
That's right.
Well, 2017 was kind of up and down.
Yep. And we're
So
going to
we
end
can
it,
only
and
hope
we're going to end
that,
on a down.
Can only hope things get better going
That's right.
forward.
As always, make you Ooh, Nia just touched me in a
Rewind.
way. Bloop. As always, make sure you keep your pint glasses full and your body slammed stiff.
Like Enzo.
How you doing?
You've been listening to the Beers and Body Slams podcast. Find us online at beersandbodyslams.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/Beers and Body Slams podcast. Until next time.
Have a nice day.